the IT field, or say it can be educational field, or for instance medical field. Like this, in all the fields, design thinking is creating a great impact in recent days. Okay, so the reason behind this is that everybody is looking for something new, something creative, and something innovative, and they are not ready to accept the same old traditional methods in all the technologies. So that is the reason design thinking is moving into the field. And now I am in the day four of the webinar series, so I hope you already would have a clear knowledge on what is design thinking. Okay, at least an overview. So why entrepreneurial culture is a part of design thinking webinar series. That is what I'm going to tell you in the first 5 minutes of the session. Okay. By seeing the topic, can you guys guess what am I going to talk about? The topic is entrepreneurial culture. Okay. So throughout this session, I will be addressing entrepreneurial culture as EC. Okay. To be short. So EC is a part of design thinking webinar series, and the reason is, as I already told you, design thinking is playing a vital role in entrepreneurship and in all other fields as well. Okay, so no entrepreneur can exist without design thinking capability. Entrepreneur, I'll tell you what is entrepreneur first. Okay, so he or she is a person who views all the problems or all the opportunities in a different perspective or angle than the normal people, and they do R&D into that, and they create a business need in that field. Okay, there will be a business. They will create one business need for the problem or for the opportunity that they are having. All right. So this business need will be then developed by them, and they will be scaling it to a great profit. And sometimes, yes, there will be loss and risk included in it. But nevertheless, they keep on creating a need for business, and they scale a profit out of it. Okay. Now, in entrepreneurship, what we do is we are creating a business, right? So, with the opportunities or the problem statement that we have, we are creating a business. For that, what we need is we need design thinking for that. For a successful entrepreneur, to be a successful entrepreneur, one should possess design thinking capability in him or her. Only then they can be successful. Okay. Or during the process, during the course of entrepreneurship, we can also learn about design thinking. It is not that you should know completely about design thinking and then begin to be an entrepreneur. It's not like that. During the course, also few persons learn to put design thinking into their entrepreneurship. Sarita, I think the audio is not clear. Is it?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, audio is not clear, Sangeeta. Can it be a little bit high?
Okay. I'm already giving you maximum. Let me check the settings.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, now it is okay.
Fine. So I was telling about entrepreneurship and how design thinking is a part and parcel of it. So to be a successful entrepreneur, one should incorporate design thinking into their entrepreneurship journey. Okay. So what is design thinking? Can any one of you unmute and tell me what is design thinking? Anyone can take the lead. Hello? What is design thinking? Students, anyone? I need one answer from your side.
Participants can unmute and can answer.
Okay. Prakash has answered as his new innovative ideas. Alright, so design thinking is nothing but it's seeing all the problems or opportunities in a different angle than the normal people. I have already told you this answer previously, but still I'm repeating it again. Design thinking is nothing but approaching a problem in a different perspective or approaching handling an opportunity in a different perspective than the other normal people. Okay, for that, all this you need to follow. That is, you have to empathize, you have to define, ideate, prototype, and test. Okay. So for the design thinking process, you need to follow all these steps. You have to empathize your customers, you have to define the problem, you have to create or ideate a solution for that, and the solutions prototype you have to create and then you have to test it. Okay, so this is all a phase of design thinking, and in entrepreneurship, this design thinking will play a major role. Without seeing a without giving a different perspective for the problem, you cannot be a successful entrepreneur. Okay, entrepreneurship is not only with technology and IT. It can be in any industry. It can be in an agricultural industry. It can be in an automobile industry. So entrepreneurship comes into picture in all the industries, in all the fields. You can be an agricultural entrepreneur. You can be an automobile entrepreneur. Okay, fine. So here I'm giving you a brief explanation on what is AC. In Tamil, we say it as Tozhil Munaivoor Kalacharam. I think you know what culture is. It's Kalacharam we call it, right? The public, the way of living, the way of life that you live publicly. That is called culture. The belief, the basic belief that you have. So entrepreneurial culture is nothing but we create a culture or an environment where you have a group of people or a single person who is motivated to innovate, create, and take risks. Okay, so in recent times, there's not no person can be successful without innovation within them. They have to be innovative. So, what is innovative and what is creative? These two factors play a very vital role in today's corporates. Fine. So, being innovative and creative, it has a slight difference. Creative means you just have some fuzzy ideas within your mind, and there is no any working prototype for that. Okay, you are creating something new. That is called creative. There will not be any previous working model as an example for that. But whereas innovative means you are innovating something out of the already present working model. Okay. For example, if you want to switch the fan in your room is starting to work, right? So IoT is something called innovation in this process. Okay, without you switching on the switch, the fan using the sensor, it is getting operated. So this is called innovation. Okay, so for being innovative, you already want a working model which is perfectly working, and on top of that, you put your innovation concept. Whereas creative is a total fuzzy logic which is very new, very fresh, and there is no any working model for that. So being creative and innovative is very important for an entrepreneur. I'm repeatedly telling you these two things. Please take it into your mind. You have to be innovative and creative. So even in your college, you can incorporate this entrepreneurial culture. Okay. So what you have to do is the subject you learn or whatever concept you learn, you have to design think it. You have to include this approach into that. Okay, it's not just reading the concept, understanding it, and you're answering your questions. You have to put some innovativeness into it. You have to put some creativeness into it. Only then you can establish an entrepreneurial culture inside your college. Okay, and one more main factor in this entrepreneurial culture is easy is taking risk. So there is no entrepreneur in this world who would say that I have succeeded without taking any risks. I was very comfortably sitting in a comfortable zone and I just became an entrepreneur. Nobody can say that. Okay. So this person who is an entrepreneur will willingly take risk. So when I say they will take risk, it's not that blindly they will go and handle something risky and they will face failure always. So it's not like that. This risk will be a calculated risk. They know, like if I handle this risk for this long time, this would be my result. Okay, this is called calculated risk. Fine. So you should have the openness to innovate and be creative, and you have to take risk. So all this together put into an environment forms an entrepreneurial culture. Easy. Okay. So in the second point, I'm telling you, in a business, easy means that employees are encouraged to bring new ideas, create new products, and take risks. Okay. So again, the second point, when I correlate with your college ambience, what I could tell you is, in a college, and easy means that students are encouraged to bring new ideas, create new products, and take risks. So, for example, when you're doing your project, it can be a final year project, and a second year final year project. Okay, when you're doing your project, what you can do is you can think about new ideas, putting in new ideas. You can be innovative in the project that you do. You can create new products or new outcomes that haven't done ever before. Okay, and you can take risks. So by doing all this in your college time, you bring a easy, which means entrepreneurial culture into your college. Fine. Okay, the below picture, and I'm telling you, I'm giving you a pictorial representation on what easy is. So here, in this kind of culture, there will be strong relationships. So first of all, you as a team will be working, so you need strong relationships within the team. Okay, in terms of sharing your views, sharing your ideas, in terms of encouraging each other. So there should be a strong relationship. And then, as I told, it should be creative and innovative. The second circle. And the third one is empowered can do stuff. Means your staff should be motivating you, and he or she should always have the can do statement. Okay, when you are bringing a new idea into the field, they should be empowering you with the statement, yes, we can do it. And next is measured risk taking. I've already told you, right? The entrepreneurs take risks, but it will be a measured risk taking, which means that you have to take this risk. If I am taking this X for the time period Y, then that would be my end result. This is called measured risk taking. So when the risk goes beyond the measurement, means I have presumed that I have to take this X risk for Y period of time. But what if it goes beyond the Y time limit? Then there I should go back and revamp a little. I have to see where I should make alterations in the plan. Okay, so that is called measured risk taking, and then continual reading and learning. So in this continual learning process, why we want this? Because we have to be updated to be in successful entrepreneur. Only when you update yourself in the field that you are in, you can be a successful entrepreneur. So all these circles and the below entities, all these together is required to maintain a peace, which is entrepreneurial culture. So guys, if you feel that I'm going fast or you have any doubt, you can please stop me. If you have any doubts, you can please unmute and ask me. All right. And I'm moving on to the next slide. So here I'm going to tell you a short story. So this story, most of you would have heard it already. So please bear with me. But this story, the reason why I'm telling this story is it's in line with the concept that I'm talking. Okay, so there is this small country, and that country has king's dynasty. Means kings rule the country. It's not like how India has no government. It's all king's dynasty there. So, but there is one strict rule which says that whoever is ruling the country for the next 5 years, okay, at the end of 5 years, he would be sent to a forest, a big forest. Imagine it's something like an Amazon forest, a very big dense forest, which is on the other side of the river bank, okay, from their country. So, the king, whoever is ruling the country for the 5 long years, he can enjoy a luxurious, lavish life for the 5 years. He can enjoy all the benefits. Okay, but at the end of fifth year, he would be taken to the forest, which is present on the other side of the river. Okay? And there are very wild animals present, wide variety of wild animals present in the jungle. Okay, and what would happen to the king is that these animals would bite the king, and he will have a very horrific death. So this is what they do. Whoever becomes the king has to be put to death in the jungle. Okay, so nobody came forward to face such a risk. It's a horrible, right? To think even. How it would be if the wild animals bite us inch by inch and they kill us without water, without food, we live in the jungle. And so nobody came forward to take this risk. Everybody were sitting in their comfortable zone. We get food, we get water, we live a happy life. Why should I become a king and face all the tragedy? So nobody came forward. And there is this one person who came forward very boldly and he said that I am ready to take up the challenge. I'm into this, and I have no worries about my area. Let it be. I'm okay to go to the jungle and face the death. So he came very boldly forward and he said, I wanted to be a king. So everybody was wondering a lot. How come this person is thinking it in a different way and he is ready to take risk and he is not willing to live a long life for 80 or 90 years. He's ready to die in such a small age. So all these rumors are going inside the country, in the people. Okay. So this king, everybody accepted this and they made this person as a king. And he was enjoying his life all the 5 years. Okay, you know, right? King, how good he will live, what a lavish life he will have, what a big house, palace he lives in, and what all he will have like n number of servants to do all the works. His wife and his kids, everybody will have a very good life for the 5 years. So he was peacefully enjoying his king life, okay, sitting on the throne and making decisions, and he was very happy. So 3 years passed, 4 years passed, and his year came, and the last day of his king's life that has come. So this is the day that he has to go out of the country, okay, to the river, to the forest, and he has to face his death. So the last day came, and he was really quiet and calm. Everybody were so stunned to see this. They were not expecting this. Okay, they thought that the king would be very much cured and he will have to cure death in his mind and he will start to panic and all that. But nothing happened that way. He was very happy. As like other day, this was one day for them, and he was happily having his breakfast meal and everything. And so what happened? This river, he has to cross the river, right? So there was a ship ready, which was in a ready condition to take the king from the side to the other side, which means the jungle. From the palace to the jungle, from the country to the jungle, he has to travel. And the ship was ready. So the king came down in one of the palace and he was ready to board the ship. And when he saw the ship, he was very angry. He said, where is my throne? Please bring the seat. I cannot sit in some other seat. Please bring it. I have to sit in that and only travel. So again, people are all confused. What is wrong with this king? He is going to die, and why do he want all this? And he said to decorate the ship also very well. It should be very comfortable for me to travel in all that condition he kept for. So as per this condition, because he is the king, right? So as per this conditions, everything happened, and the ship was all ready now. He boarded the ship and he with a very happy bye to all the people of the country, and he started the travel to the river. So the ship, the captain who was riding the ship, he was also very curious to know what is happening, what is there in his mind, how come he's very happily enjoying this. He's going to be put to death, and the horrible animals, wild animals, jungle animals, they are going to bite him, tear his skin and flesh and all, and he's going to die. And how is he so happy? and he couldn't keep his mouth shut. And all the curiosity asked the king, "King, please tell me, what's the reason behind your happiness? Why are you so happily traveling in the ship despite you know that you're going to die?" So at that time, king said, "Okay, I'm telling you since you're so curious and you wanted to know this. I'm telling you. What happened was on the first year of his rule, when he was king, during the first year, what he did, he just analyzed, okay, after 5 years, I'm going to be put to death. That is what the rule says. And what can I do about it? How do I face this? How do I? He was thinking from a different perspective. Okay, so this is a design thinking phase that I'm explaining you now. He was approaching the problem in a different manner than the normal people. Normal people thought that they don't want to die after just 5 years, but he design thinking concept into it, and he differently handled the perspective. He had a different perspective to handle the problem. Okay, he was thinking, what can I do differently about it? How can I escape from the death? He was thinking, and he made an idea. Okay, firstly, he was ready to take the risk, and he took the risk. Secondly, he is putting innovation and creativeness into picture, and now he's thinking what differently we can do. How can we escape from this? And thirdly, what he does is he is putting a plan. So based on the plan, what he does is before making plan, sorry, he had a vision. Okay, he had a vision that after 5 years, I'm going to be like this. So that vision portfolio, you can say as goal, I'm going to be like this. My life is going to be like this. That's what he decided. And after deciding, he started to plan. And when he planned that during the first year, he sent few of the hunters to the other side of the bank where the jungle was. So these hunters, what they did, they hunted almost all the wild animals present in the jungle. They took the necessary time and they hunted all the wild animals there. And the hunters came back. And above all, what the king did was he kept all this confidential. So we should not keeping data confidential is one main characteristic of an entrepreneur. Not only entrepreneur, I suggest this for everyone. So you have to keep most of your private ideas confidential. Alright. Confidential in the sense if you're telling it to everyone, it becomes worthless. Okay, there will be a lot of person who confuse your ideas. They will say, no, 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 this will not work out. Do you really think it's going to work out? So there are many negative-minded people who will confuse your mind. Okay? Being innovative and creative in this world is not that easy. Nobody will support you as such. So I suggest you to retain these ideas confidential as long as you taste success. Okay. And then what happened? He sent the hunter and they hunted all the wild animals and came back. Next, what he did, he sent some of the woodcutters to the jungle. After the hunters came back, he sent woodcutters to the jungle, and they have cut down the unwanted trees, and they made it very clear this other side of the river. It was not like a jungle. After the woodcutters went and cleared most of the trees, unwanted trees. So now it has almost become a place where a person can live in, right? There's no wild animals, there's no very big, large trees, like which would bring a jungle-like appearance. So these two he cleared in the first year. In the second year, what he did, he sent some of the agriculture person, farmers. Okay, he sent some of the farmers there, and he cultivated few lands. He grew few crops, edible crops, and whatever crops is required, basic for the basic needs. Okay, for him to live there. He sent some farmers, and he did all that. He cultivated the land. Now no wild animals, no jungle, etc. And almost a few of the lands has also been cultivated. And then after the farmers went, what he did, he sent a few civil engineers. In those days, some agents or somebody like that. He sent them and he built a very nice, stunning palace for himself. Okay. And then what he did, now he has cultivated the land, he has built a palace, and he has also transported whatever things is required for him to have a lavish life there on the other side of the river. Okay, so in these 5 years, what he did was he made the place suitable for him to live there, just like a king that happened for the 5 years. He can lead a very lavish life and luxurious life and a happy, successful life on the other side also. But none of this came to the picture to the people in the country. Nobody knew it. Okay, so this is why the king was so happily traveling. He revealed all the secret to the captain, and the captain was really shocked to hear all this. You know, how the king did it. So, students, I think the story was interesting, and the main concept behind the story is firstly, take calculated risks, all right, and then putting innovation and creativeness into it after taking the risk. You should not simply idly sit. You have to put some innovative and creativity into the process of handling the risk, into the work that you are doing. You have to put. Okay, unless otherwise you put this, you will not get new fresh ideas. You will be thinking as how your ancestors were thinking. It shouldn't be the case. Okay, you have to put creativity and innovativeness into the picture, in the work that you do. And then what you have to do is, the king also did the same thing. He put innovativeness, and then what you have to do is, you have to have a vision. The king had a clear vision that after 5 years, my palace is going to be like this. The jungle is going to be transformed into a city like this. So all this, he had a vision. Vision means a long-term goal. Okay? Right? So mission, you could have heard something called mission. Mission means the day-to-day activities that you do or currently and in the following days to achieve your vision. Okay? So this is the main difference between mission and vision. So he had a clear vision what he is going to do and what mission he is going to follow to achieve the vision. Okay, so similarly, we should also practice the same thing in our life. After having vision, he said he did not sit idle. Nextly, he planned. So we should also make a very brief plan. We have to have a deep analysis to make a clear plan. Fine. So after analyzing, he made a plan and he sent the respective persons and he took actions. After planning, he took actions and preparation. So after planning, he prepared and sent everybody and he prepared all the things that is necessary for him to live on the other side. Okay. Next is achievement. So after 5 years of this all these things, he has achieved. He has built a separate city for him to live in. This is achievement. Okay, so I hope the story was good and clear and it was useful for you. So always have the story in your mind and you implement things into your real time. Okay, say in the college, you can be a college student or a professional or anything for that matter. You can put all these concepts into your working process so that you can be a successful professional among the team. All right, so this is the end of the story. And next slide, I'm showing you the principles of peace. So here you can see all that I have explained before. Taking up calculated risks, being creative and innovative. So I have explained you what is creative and what is innovative. Okay, so say for example, you are in ECE department now at police. If you become going into a core company for your career, okay, if your career is going to start with core company, then there also you have to put these two things into your work. You should not just simply listen to your boss and do whatever he orders you to do. You have to do it, obviously. You cannot say that I won't do it. But at the same time, you have to think it in a creative way, okay? And you have to put some innovation into the task that they give you. So that the end result would be really, see, you yourself would be astonished seeing the results. It could be in a different way so that your boss would be really pleased and you will get good promotions, you will get a good knowledge. Okay, so the second point is very important for you, and never be scared about taking risks. Your success is always on the other side of taking facing the risk. So if you have climbed the risk, you can see success on the other side. Just like a mountain, imagine the side is all through risks, the steps is all through risk, and if you climb all the steps on the other side of the mountain, you will definitely see success. That is what my personal experience is. Next is setting up a clear vision and vision. Okay, so this is goal setting. You can call this as goal. This is a static factor. It should never change. Your goal should never change. It should be a static one. If you keep on changing your goal, you cannot start working towards the goal. So what you have to do, you have to keep it as static. You should never change your goal. So that is the I have put a term here called clear. So before setting up the goal, you should ensure that it is a clear one. You have did a deep analysis on it. You have handled it in a futuristic approach. Okay, how feasible it is. So all the feasible studies you have to do, and you have to set your goal. This should be static. It shouldn't change. Your goal should not change. Next, after setting up the goal, you have to prepare. You have to do the necessary preparation to achieve this goal. Okay, so each and every all these principles are very important. Very important. You cannot ignore any one of the thing and go to the next. So you have to prepare and then planning. So to achieve this goal, the third point, you have to plan. Okay, this is a dynamic factor. The reason I have mentioned as dynamic factor is that your plans can change to achieve this goal. You can have plan A, plan B, plan C, but goal should be goal one. To achieve this goal one, if plan A doesn't work, you have to go to plan B, but you should not go to goal two. Got it? So planning is very necessary in all the tasks. Say for today, for example, I'm taking today. In the morning, as soon as you wake up, you will have a plan, right? Okay, I'm going to do all my morning works during from this time to this time, and after this, I have to have breakfast. And for the 11 o'clock session, I should get ready. So this is for planning. It is mandatory for you to lead your life. Okay, and here for in entrepreneurial culture to be an entrepreneur, yes, planning is necessary. Okay, say for example, I'm our co-founder of True Business Solutions, as Sarkar has already told. So before starting up this new venture, what we did, we also had followed all these principles. Okay, only then we can establish a easy, right? So what we did, we followed all these principles, and we did handle face risk, and we put all these things creativeness. We had a vision, and we are now working towards our vision, and we did a clear planning. So without all this, we cannot go forward. It's not an easy job. Okay, next is achievement. So for this achievement, you cannot expect the end result as soon as you start implementing all this. You need to have patience. Okay, so this achievement it may come for few persons immediately, which means say for example within 6 months of starting a new venture, they can taste success. They can achieve what they plan. For few people, it may take like years, 1 year, 2 years, and we should be very consistent. Okay, we shouldn't drop the idea, means the vision that we can. We should never drop this. We should be consistent enough, okay, and we have to stick upon the goal that we had set. So this is all the principles of this. Next is steps to create entrepreneurial culture. So these steps, this you can practice. See, you can follow the steps in whatever field you are. Okay, so for example, there's a student who is completed MSc Agri, and he is into agriculture field, and he can also follow all these steps to create entrepreneurial culture. Okay, so in my office, in Student Business Solutions, if I have to set up an EC, this kind of culture in the office, what I will do is I will communicate that I am looking for input. So say there are 6 employees working, and I cannot say them as employees; they can be my partners. Okay, so in this EC, there is no this boss employee thing setup. Okay, it's all that we're all partners because my co-workers also give me ideas, they give me inputs to develop my company, develop my venture, whatever I'm running it. Okay? So in this case, we have to clearly tell them that I'm looking for your input. Okay? You can give me any input. It's not that just the task that I allocate you every day and you complete the task before 6 p.m. and you get back up and run away, putting up your BSR. So that is not at all encouraged in easy. Okay? It is like a very dynamic, very friendly setup there, and there we will be founders or co-founders will continually interact with the resource workers, and they will say that we will be communicating them that we are looking for the input. Okay, So input means it can be in any perspective. It can be in terms of he can suggest me that oh ma'am we can hire another developer to the company so that it would be helpful for us to complete it. Anything for that matter. It's not that I'm not restricting them that you have to give input only on these areas. Nothing like that. He or she will be giving me all sorts of input that they feel that is mandatory for the taking the company to the next level. Okay. Next is the second step is develop a clear method for submitting new ideas and taking action. So what we can have for this, what we can do is either we can keep a suggestion box. Okay, so in that suggestion box, they can write up and they can put in new ideas. But this is not a very proactive approach. Okay, I will slowly next day I'll open it and I will see what is written in the paper, and it's not going to be that interactive, right? So instead of that, what we can do is we can have one-on-one conversations, a friendly conversation. It need not be a stand-up meeting, a scheduled meeting, or something like that. We can have one-on-one conversations. So in that conversation, we can clearly discuss with them. Sit, take some time, and clearly discuss with them the new ideas, and we have to take action as well. If you really feel that the idea is going to work out, we have to take the action. Okay, and also we have to question them on the ideas that they put. That network workers give me. I will put some questions on the ideas, like how feasible it's going to be, how reliable it's going to be, the new idea. Okay, so I have to do that. That is the second step to create an EC. And the third step is give positive feedback to all ideas. Fine. So now, person X, who is my co-worker, he has come up with an idea, and I feel that when we are discussing about the idea, I feel that this is not going to 100% work. But what I should tell, I should never give him a no answer, which means that this is not going to work out at all. So let's not go into it. This idea is not good. It will not suit our venture. So I shouldn't tell something like that. It is so discouraging, right? If I go with some positive idea and somebody ignores it, it's not good. So what we have to do is it will be so demotivating for the person. And going forward, he will not come up with any new ideas, even if he feels something can be changed. So what I should do, I should give him a positive feedback. Instead of saying a big no to the total idea, I can tell him, sit and discuss with the team or with your friends about this idea and come up with a better version. Yeah, this idea is good, but you can still make it better. I can encourage him like that. So we have to give positive feedback. This is applicable for your college structure as well. So when you go with a new idea, you have given a project title to do and you are doing it and you get a new idea, you are going and discussing with your staff. And if in case you need a entrepreneurial culture to be established, then definitely this kind of feedbacks will boost up the students. Okay. Next is allow failure. So this point you should be very clear. It doesn't mean that you can accept failure all the time. It is only to a certain level and to a certain risk. If a big risk is involved in this failure, definitely we cannot allow it. Okay, so we can allow failure to an extent. Next is teach entrepreneurial thinking. Now, my personal suggestion is all the colleges, universities should teach them entrepreneurial thinking. So this is a very good initiative from your institution. Okay, that design thinking concept is put into picture. So teach entrepreneurial thinking. We have to teach students about this. Only then they will get that the ownership feeling. Okay, I'm the owner for the task that I do. That ownership feeling, if you have, we can definitely succeed in whatever we do. You can get good grades. Instead of somebody poking you from behind saying that do this, do that, do this, do that, if you really take that ownership into your hands, you will complete your task before the defined timeline. So we have to teach entrepreneurial thinking to establish this. Next, give your employees autonomy. Autonomy means they have to work on their own. Okay, so we should not keep control over all their works that they do. Few tasks we have to little bit autonomous. They have to take care of themselves. So that should be there. You have to hand it over to them completely. Okay? We have to only share the outcomes that we wish. So, for example, your staff can tell you that at the end of the project, this is what the outcome I want. But they will not give you all the inputs that you want. You have to take the input, what inputs they do to get such an output. So the staff has to clearly explain what kind of output they are going to have. Alright? Next is the importance of an entrepreneurial culture. So, as I already explained to you, the strong sense of ownership and empowerment is a driving force of innovation in this type of culture. Which means that why this easy is important is this strong sense of ownership and empowerment. It will always be a driving force. It will drive you to achieve your end result. You have to take ownership of the task that you are doing. So that is why this easy is important. Okay, whatever setup you are, if you have the ownership feeling that I am the owner of this particular task, then that time you will have the driving force within yourself that I should complete this task. I am the owner. I am responsible for the task to be completed. Okay? So that is why easy is important. Okay, please have a look at this model. This is an experiential model of entrepreneurship education. See, the method that is going to be followed is solutions based on convergent thinking. Convergent thinking is that all your team members is having a single thought, oneness in the thought. Okay, solutions based on convergent thinking. Next is cognitive team, which is a strong team with full of basic foundations and knowledge that they have. A cognitive team experiences results in a series of learning opportunities based on failure. Okay, so based on the previous failures and all these histories, a cognitive team will be working and they will have a convergent thought. They will have one single thought, and as a team, they will be working. Here, you can imagine your final year project, students. Okay, you can put this that example into this model. Okay, so you all in your project, if you have three members, all the three members will have a conversion thinking, which is a single thought that the topic, the title of the project that you have to complete at home and the way that you're going to complete it. So this is a convergent thought. Next is cognitive team means very sound team, sound and technical knowledge. Okay, the cognitive team experiences result. You are going to experience result on your work in a series of learning opportunities based on failure. Means based on the past, you might on the day one you have faced some failure, on day five you have faced some failure. So based on that, this team is building up and experiencing result. And now students learn to maximize failure as a learning experience. So what you are doing here is in entrepreneurial education, failure is not something which is going to degrade you. Okay, you are going to maximize your learning experience out of the failures that you face. Okay, so failures are the stepping stone to success is a very real saying. It has a very good meaning and it is very true. For an entrepreneur, as an entrepreneur, I feel that that saying is very true. So this failure should be something which is maximizing your learning experience. You will learn something out of the failure that you did in day one. And then as students are more prepared for entrepreneurial events after they graduate. So after you, since you're following an entrepreneurship education here, so what you will be as an end result, the students will be, you all will be a good entrepreneur. Okay, so all the entrepreneurial events means that you are a good entrepreneur, you're going to handle all the events. After your graduation, you are a good entrepreneur to say. Okay, and now here, after all these process, this was the basic starter thing that happened, and the outcome was this. You will have self confidence, risk tolerance, leadership, and managerial experience. Okay, so all this to survive in the future. Okay, our future is going to be really challenging for you guys when you pass out. So all these characteristics, if you are coming out of the college with all these characteristics, 99% you will be a successful professional or entrepreneur. Okay, so you need to have self confidence. When you will get the self confidence after a vast learning experience. This learning experience where you get after a good amount of basic failures. You can risk tolerance. So this is very difficult actually as a student for you. Keeping yourself self motivated and keeping yourself good enough to handle this. So if you have this property in you, you can shine in the future. And next is leadership and managerial experience. So this will make you to go to the next level in your career. Okay, not all the persons will possess nice leadership qualities. So you have to enhance yourself, the leadership quality within you. Okay, so this is a model for entrepreneurship education. Okay. So now implementing entrepreneurial culture in college. So you need to have lectures on what is entrepreneurship and innovation. So now I have one personal feeling in my mind. I will share that with you. How many of your parents will say that my daughter or my son should become a good entrepreneur, a good businessman? Nobody is willing to say that. Okay, they are assessing their capabilities, and based on their capabilities or their feasibility, they are imagining they have wish of their own. What I mean to say is, I will briefly explain you. See, if your father is able to afford you afford to spend some amount, then based on that amount that he's able to spend, he is putting you into this capability. Means my son has to become a doctor. If he is able to spend that amount to educate you as an MBBS holder, then he is imagining based on his capability. This is what is happening in our country for many decades. Based on their capability, they imagine what their daughter or son has to become. Okay, you have to become a teacher, you have to become a doctor, engineer, and all these are there, but nobody is open to in our country is open to become an entrepreneur. Nobody is willing to take this. Okay, even I had faced in my own life that my parents did not allow me to start up a new venture because they were afraid of the risk that I'm going to face. So that is not the case actually, it's not the reality. When you actually work towards your goal, it's also easy like take off. Okay. Yes, definitely you will have this, but that is not the only thing. You will have greater achievements, you will go to greater heights. Okay, you will enjoy a good life. Alright. So like you will have lectures on the entrepreneurship and innovation in the college. You have to create interdisciplinary group. This is a very important thing. What we should do is when you're doing a project, only the students from EC department are put into groups and they are doing project. Instead, to build an EC, what we should do is we have to have interdisciplinary group. Means a student from EC department, a student from mechanical, a student from computer science background. So if these three persons are put into a project group, what will happen is hello, 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 Savita.
Yeah, Sangeeta, tell me.
So it shows that somebody has to Ashok Kupuswamy.
Sorry?
Ashok Kupuswamy can are willing to annotate the presentation.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you continue. I'll manage it.
All right, okay. Fine. So you have to create an interdisciplinary group, which means from different departments, if students are put together, this creativity will be enhanced. Next is conducting contests on EC related concepts. So you have to have multiple contests where this entrepreneurship within you is put into test. Okay? Such contest has to be done. And fourth point is incubation to operate resources. Incubation is something like a small company within your college. So this company will what they do, they'll hire really talented people and students means people means students, and they will put into the incubation. And incubation is a sort of in-house company kind of thing, a small setup. Okay, so in this incubation, they will obtain resources. Students who really are willing to be an entrepreneur who can take up the task and successfully complete, they will be hired into the incubation, and they will work on it. Okay, so this is the steps to implement EC internals. So when we can see there is a successful EC is established in our community is that 62% will should say I will describe myself as an innovative person. So only when this threshold levels that is depicted in the picture is achieved, we can say that there is a successful EC implemented in our country, right? Next, challenges in EC is that investment capital. Definitely, when you are an entrepreneur and you are into an EC type of culture, this investment capital is the first challenge that you will be facing. So the capital amount that you have to invest to be an entrepreneur. Next is a self motivator always. There will be no any motivator or a boss for you. You have to be your own boss, your own leader, and also you have to be employee and keep motivating yourself. Okay, that is next challenge. Next is learning and earning hand in hand. So an entrepreneur, what has to this is a very difficult phase that has to go through. This is really a tough challenge for them, which is learning hand in hand. Okay, we have to earn, right, make money out of the business that we start, and also we have to learn new concepts, new technologies. So learning and learning hand in hand. Next is acknowledgement in society. So if you say you are a doctor, you will be acknowledged well. But when you say you are an entrepreneur, most of them would rise up a lot of questions. And family support, next point, is a big thing. That your family should support behind you. Only then you can put in your mind, be focused on the business that you do. And the last point is already mentioned, you have to be your own boss with the employee all at once. So please have a quick look into the picture. When you have the below 4 points, means passion, tenacity, vision, self-confidence, a great idea that people will pay money for, a plan of success, consistent execution of the plan. This consistent is also very must. You should not drop off your plan or the goal. Okay, so when you have all these 4 things, you can become an entrepreneur. So to conclude, what I will tell you is the true entrepreneur is a doer, not a dreamer. Okay, we have to do, we have to achieve whatever we are dreaming about, whatever goal we have set that we have to achieve. That person is called a true entrepreneur. So coming to the end, I hope the session was useful for you guys. Okay, and I request you all to provide your feedback in this feedback link. And Savita Jokititis, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you, Sangeeta, for giving such an awesome session.
Okay.
Hope that the participants will get used to it. And thank you so much for spending your valuable time.
Okay, Savita, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you. Thank you. So, participants are requested to fill the feedback form and leave the session. Feedback link is being provided on the chat column.